What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, we always talk a lot about on this channel everything that Hollywood is getting wrong, and we always got a lot to talk about when it comes to what Hollywood got wrong. Let's talk about what Hollywood got right for a change, all right? They got something right, and that was Mario, all right? The Super Mario Brothers movie. As you can see here on the Rotten Tomatoes score, 95% audience score. That's what you want, Hollywood. You want the audience score to be sky high in the 90s, all right? We're not worried about what the critics say, all right? If you're Hollywood, you need to start ignoring this number over here on the left. You need to start paying attention to the number on the right, because the number on the right is your audience. Those are the people that are actually going to go out there and spend money, and this is the stuff that they want. They want something that's true to the original, all right? Especially when you're jumping into franchise and you're doing all these adaptations, and you guys want to feast on all of this money that these fans have. You want to make money off of them? Fine. Do what we want, and we're going to show up in droves, all right? As was proven with Mario. Yeah, you can see right there, $1.3 billion on the year, all right? Family film, fun for everybody, and folks showed up in droves, went to watch it 2 or 3 or 4 more times. Everybody loved the Super Mario Brothers movie. And again, it's kind of funny, isn't it? That just like anime, all right? Just like with One Piece, with Eiichiro Oda, all right? It's like these Japanese companies are saying, y'all not going to mess up my stuff putting all of this woke garbage in there, all right? You're not messing up the stuff that we created. You know, we're not going to let the West destroy it. We're going to make sure that they do it right. Nintendo was very careful with this. They said, nah, we're not just going to throw Mario and all of our characters out there to be utterly destroyed. That's not happening. Not on our watch. We're going to make sure that this is done right. So just like anime, yeah, you're not screwing with us, all right? But that brings up a very important point. What's going to happen with the Nintendo Cinematic Universe? What's going to happen with this thing? Because it's coming, all right? Everybody knows that they're going to branch out. They're going to start making more movies with these characters. And I guarantee you right now, they're looking at the MCU. They're paying very close attention to what's going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because as you guys very well know, 2023 has been the worst year for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, flop, all right? Super flop. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 barely made money. All right, not doing what the MCU is known for doing, just making money hand over fist. You know, and then of course you had Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion was a giant disaster. I mean, panned across the globe. Okay, nobody liked that show. And then you get to, well, Loki. All right, Loki so far so good. You know, people seem to like it. But then you're going to be moving into Marvels next. Okay, the Marvels. Captain Marvel's sequel, and we already know how that thing is going to go. So yeah, 2023 by far is going to be the worst year in the MCU's history. And you got to figure that, yeah, Nintendo's keeping their eye on that because they don't want to do the same things that the Marvel Cinematic Universe did, all right? And it says it right here, a Nintendo Cinematic Universe would be exempt from a problem that often causes movie franchises stall. One even the MCU has fallen prey to. Yeah, Marvel is stalling out. They're absolutely stalling out. As a matter of fact, Kevin Feige is planning to reboot the MCU after Phase 6. He's like, all right, man, let's just restart this thing, okay? We're done here. We're done. So, yeah, in a couple of years, he's going to reboot this thing all the way back to square one because they've ran out of ideas. There's nowhere left for this to go, and they should have been able to continue to build upon the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bringing in Fantastic Four, bringing in X-Men, all right? So, yeah, I guarantee you right now, Nintendo is learning from this whole situation with Marvel. They got their eyes on it. They're watching it very carefully. And they're saying, yeah, we're not going to do this stupid shit. Okay. We're not going to do the dumb shit Marvel did. We're going to do ours correctly. All right. But yeah, let's check this article out and see what it has to say. The Nintendo's success with the Super Mario Brothers movie paves the way for a cinematic universe featuring other Nintendo properties like Legend of Zelda, Metroid, and Kirby. I think all 3 of these need to be at the top of their list, all right? Along with Super Mario Brothers 2, I think you got to do a sequel, obviously. But yeah, I think these are the top 3 that need to go right into production ASAP. Unlike Marvel's interconnected universe, Nintendo's characters operate in their own worlds and must be honored in movie adaptations, preserving their distinctive charm. Nintendo's cinematic universe can avoid the burden of an overarching continuity and allow for self-contained stories within each character's game world with minimal overlap in crossovers like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think this is the key, all right? Not going like super ham on the crossovers, you know? Everybody's got their own self-contained stories, you know? Everything is right here. You know, we're not saying, oh, we got to bring Mario into Dreamland, you know, or we got to bring like the Pokemon to Hyrule. That wouldn't make any sense, you know. Let everybody stay in their own self-contained worlds. And then what you do is then you do the crossover, right? With Smash Brothers, right? Like, you know, Link has finally beat like something, whatever, Ganondorf. And then, you know, like an end credit scene, he's walking back with Zelda and he's talking, and all of a sudden a pipe just pops up out of nowhere. And then the master hand just comes in and grabs Link. And it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Whoa, whoa. You know, something like that. You know, I'm being silly, but I mean, that's kind of what you would need to do. You would have to just keep it very minimized and say, all right, we're only going to cross over in, you know, Smash Brothers. And, you know, maybe Mario Kart, but I wouldn't even do a Mario Kart movie. Honestly, I wouldn't. All right. They already put Mario Kart in the Super Mario Brothers movie. I would leave it there. You know, I would just leave it there and then say, yeah, okay, now we got Smash Brothers. You know, we're putting together like a battle royale, you know, the master hand. And I don't know how you would figure any of that stuff out. A good writer can sit down and knock out a really decent story when it comes to that. But that's basically what you're doing. You're just combining them all into Smash Brothers. You know, it's just like an Ultimate Fighters tournament, pretty much. And we're getting fighters from all over the universe, these, you know, various universes, and we're just bringing them all in. And, you know, maybe it's like, hey, man, in order to unlock our universes, be able to get back home, you know, we all got to team up together and fight the master hand. But first, we need to find the champion. Well, which of us is going to go up against the master hand? Only the best one, you know? Obviously, that's going to be Mario. I mean, let's just be honest about it, okay? But, you know, the story would be interesting to see how they put all of that together, you know? So I think what these guys are saying is kind of what I've been saying when it comes to the Nintendo cinematic universe. Again, you got to preserve the charm, the distinct charm for all of these various, you know, characters and their games and their story worlds. You know, I think you can do like an expanded, you know, Mario universe, because you could bring in like Luigi and say, okay, we're going to do a Luigi Mansion. You know, Luigi's Mansion, he's going to have his own thing. Donkey Kong, we're going to make a Donkey Kong movie. Donkey Kong will have its own thing. Maybe there's a Mario Donkey Kong team up in some other, you know, corner, all right? Or maybe you do something with Hyrule and The Legend of Zelda, and you dive deeper into the various characters that Zelda has had. You know, Ganondorf, obviously, you know, Zelda, Link. You could do a lot with those characters and really expand those universes, I believe. But I don't think you could do a whole lot of crossing over, you know, like they do with Marvel. Marvel has that built in. That article actually talks about that. And it says, while many Marvel superheroes live and work in the same world where it's entirely feasible that they would meet and interact, it's far harder to justify an overlap between the tonally disjointed world of Nintendo characters. The Legend of Zelda games are intrinsically tied to their space. The Enchanted Kingdom of Hyrule, a worthwhile Zelda film adaptation, would need to take place there, just as the Super Mario Brothers movie needed to take place in the Mushroom Kingdom. Exactly, all right? You can't imagine, like, you know, like Kirby showing up in Hyrule. Like, wait, what? What's going on here, you know? This don't make any sense, all right? Captain Falcon, you know, showing up in Hyrule, that wouldn't make any sense. You know, Fox showing up there, that would make no sense. But you can have them all together in Smash Brothers, okay? Then it makes sense, okay? Yeah, the Master Hand went and plucked out the best champions from all over this universe, and they threw them into an arena. It's time to fight. You know, that makes sense, all right? So, yeah, I think they could get with this. Animal Crossing, Metroid, every other major Nintendo property. Yeah, you just keep all of that stuff separate. It also brings up a good point here. The MCU's overarching continuity is that once its greatest strength and its biggest problem. The franchise ties every film together into a single ongoing narrative wherein each installment informs the larger whole. On one hand, it's a genius for encouraging viewers to keep coming back for the next film for fear of missing important information and falling out of the loop. However, this same ongoing canon gradually causes the film to become opaque and is inaccessible to newcomers who wish to enjoy an individual installment on its own terms. And it also makes it just kind of dumb, all right? It's not just opaque and inaccessible for the newcomers. All right. You get tired of doing this homework. It's like, man, I got to watch another. Do I have to watch this? All of these TV shows, do I have to watch them? Well, apparently you do, because if you didn't watch WandaVision, you're really not going to understand what's going on in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, right? So that's the issue. So yeah, it becomes cumbersome. That's what it is. It becomes very cumbersome to continue this. And what I think is, yeah, you just keep all of these little worlds separate, all right? And it's like, oh yeah, they're going to meet up in Smash Brothers. Well, what movies or what stories do I have to watch to know what's going on in Smash Brothers? None, really, all right? They're just pulling characters from these various universes, and you'll get to meet them in Smash Brothers. And if you like this character, then you could just go back and watch their trilogy of films, right? It's like, oh wow, this Kirby character is kind of cool. You know, I never knew about him until I watched Smash Brothers. But now that I've watched Smash Brothers, let me go back and visit and see what that Kirby trilogy was all about. And there you go, you know. Whatever the case may be. But again, I think that's the way you got to do it. If you're going to do the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, you got to do it something like that. You can't blend all of these characters together. You know, you just got to have their own little separate universes, and then you bring them together for the Battle Royale and Smash Bros, which is pretty much what the video games are, right? You just stick to what the video games have done this entire time. You can't go wrong. Anyway, folks, what do y'all think about this situation? Again, I think that Nintendo is on the right track. I think that Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of took a nosedive. And now if Nintendo pays attention, you know, and just, hey, man, we're just going to do this thing just like our video games, just like our lineup, all right? And we'll just play it out like that. I think they'll have nothing but success. Again, they seem to have figured out that don't let woke Western entertainment companies destroy your crap, all right? Look over their shoulder just like Eiichiro Oda did with One Piece. Make sure everything, all T's are crossed, all I's are dotted, all right? All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead and roll with that. You know, I think that's what's going to happen with the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.